Hello and welcome. My name is Thumb. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. It is 2023. That is very exciting in my opinion. I have a lot planned for this year. Some stuff I will not be announcing until literally the day I post it, and other stuff you guys can check out and follow along the process on both my Snapchat and on Discord. I put a lot of updates and notifications on there, so if you want to stay up to date on what I'm doing, go follow me on those social medias. So today we're going to go over the best DS to buy in 2023. Some of you I know have been looking at getting a new DS, and I've answered this question quite a few times on TikTok. So I decided I'm going to go over all my DSs I own and, in my opinion, determine which I think you should be getting if you're looking to get a DS this year. So buckle in, this is going to be a bit of a long video, and we're going to go through not all but a lot of the details on each DS, and I'm going to come up with a conclusion at the end. If you want, I have timestamps for each DS, and I'm going to go in order of age, starting with the DS, and we're going to end with my 3DS XL. Starting with Ned, the DS. The first DS after the Game Boy, it was amazing. Huge improvement in my opinion because I love DS games. I've never owned a Game Boy, but I have played on one before, and I just think it is a super cool system. The one downside, which I know a lot of people say, is that it's very bulky compared to the newer DSs. It is quite thick and the screen quality isn't great. But when you're comparing it to the DS Lite, obviously I'd have to go with the DS Lite because out of the two, they're pretty much the same. They can both play GBA games, but the DS Lite is just a higher quality one. It's an updated version essentially of the original DS. So we got Jim, the DS Lite. He is one of my favorite DSs. He is a classic, a staple I think in any collection. My first DS was a DS Lite, and again pretty much the same as the original DS. Not a whole lot of differences, but in my opinion out of the two, the DS Lite's better. Next you have Jason, the DSi. Jason here was definitely an improvement because he has a camera and he has like official internet access. The other DSs you had to, I've been told the other DSs have internet access, but you had to get like some sort of card chip thing. I'm not really sure. People who know, please let everyone else in the comments know exactly how to do that because I'm not really sure. But the DSi has official internet access, and this was my younger brother Thomas's first DS, which he loves it because again, you know, everyone's starter DS always has a special place in their heart. Like regardless of how bad it was, your first console or handheld will always be important to you. But as far as DSs go, I wasn't impressed. He was showing it off to everybody and thought it was the coolest thing. I was very content with my DS Lite. So for the DSi, in my opinion, I don't think it's much of an upgrade. Next on my list, the 3DS. Now this one is amazing. I will recommend this DS to literally everyone. Ruby has outdone herself. She is amazing. She plays very well. She has so many added features because now it is a completely different system essentially. So now instead of just regular DS games, she can play 3DS games, which by the title is 3D. I know the 3D effect is kind of a hit and miss for people. I know a lot of younger people said that it hurts their eyes. It never hurt my eyes personally, but I could never really play with it on. It always just kind of weirded me out. So that feature in itself wasn't really worth it in my opinion, but the rest of the DS is amazing. It works really well. It has a whole ton of new features. Unfortunately, they got rid of things like Miiverse, and now they are getting rid of the eShop on the DS, which really sucks. I wish they kept that, which would make the DS even better. But still, with the eShop gone, it still has tons of cool features. You can add music, you can connect with other people, you can play games with other people outside of just being in your own little friend group in a room. Like you can be online and play with people. It's so much fun. Love the 3DS. Alright, you know, we're gonna keep this short. We got Clifford. He's a 2DS. Now, if you know me, you know my opinion on 2DSs. But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. The 2DS is a fine console. I know. Very controversial, especially, you know, coming from me, like that's crazy. But even though he's not a clamshell like all of his brothers and sisters, he is still a good DS. He works just as well as a 3DS, even though I hate to say it, just not my personal favorite. Like I've played on it maybe twice and I can't wrap my head around it. It's not for me. Alright, moving on. So now we got the 2DS XL. His name is Clancy. He is another favorite of mine. He's amazing. My biggest issue with him at this point is just the fact that his hinge is really weak, and I feel like, and it kind of like bounces around a lot and it doesn't feel super secure, and I wish it was different. I think they built the older DSs a lot more sturdy than they build the newer DSs, because the same thing is for my 3DS XL. I feel like the hinge is just a lot more loose than it should be. And that's not by age either, because my 2DS XL was brand new when I bought it. So that wasn't a previous owner, thing that happened where it eventually got loose over time. It's just how it's made. So this one again can play 3DS games and new 3DS games. I honestly don't really see the point in having the new 3DS games, because in my opinion they're the same. It's just, I don't know, new. Please let me know in the comments as well, what's the difference between regular 3DS games and new 3DS games? I honestly have no clue. But this DS has all the same capabilities as the 3DS, except that it's bigger and I guess probably better in a lot of ways. They can play better games, bigger games, have a lot more storage on them, and they're just way more comfortable to hold. So when you're gaming on them, it's actually really hard to go back to a smaller or like an older DS system because of the size difference. Now, in my opinion, saving the best for last, we have Toby, my 3DS XL. Now, Toby is not a new 3DS XL, he is the older version, but that was on purpose. I personally like the way the older 3DS XL looks over the new 3DS XL. Otherwise, the capabilities are pretty much the same, except for, the 3DS XL has 3D capabilities and the 2DS XL does not. Now, comparing the two XLs I have, I also don't like the fact that the 3DS XL is missing the little toggle button. I'm not actually sure what the name is. Also, the 2DS XL has 2 sets of L and R buttons, which I think is really cool. So you got L and R, and then you have ZL and ZR, kind of like a controller, which I think is super cool. But I can't tell you why exactly or what exactly about the 3DS XL I like, but it's just the aesthetics, I think. It's just it just looks and feels so much cooler than the 2DS XL. It feels stronger, it feels just like a better system. But I think overall the 2DS XL is technically a better DS. I still really like it, but I like the way the 3DS XL is. It's really cool, and I've wanted one for so long. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the conclusion of this video. I've kind of gone over all my DSs, explained some of the features of them. I know it could have been a little bit more in depth, but maybe we'll do that for a future video. But for now, this is what I'm going for, just kind of an overall explanation of what each system is. So, I couldn't really pick just one, so I picked 2 DSs that I think you guys would love to own in 2023. Now, the first one, I'd have to say the DS Lite. The DS Lite is such a good system. It's sturdy, it's straight to the point, it works really well. I love PictoChat, I love being able to connect with your group of friends. It's very available too. Like the price, around here in Canada, $30-$40. It's a very good price for what you're getting. It has a wide selection of games, as you probably already know, and I think if you're looking to get a DS, the DS Lite would be the one. Now, if you have your eyes set on a more advanced DS, one that can do a little bit more, or if you're looking to mod your DS, which I know a lot of people do, which I don't do personally, but if you want to, go for it. Then I would suggest the 2DS XL. I think for what you're getting, for the price you're going to pay, especially at most other XL DSs, unless you're buying from, some person who's just trying to get rid of it, I think for the price it's more worth it than other DSs. It has more options, and I think it's just overall a better DS to get. Again, I love my 3DS XL, but this isn't just for me, this is for you guys. I gotta think about you guys. So there you have it, my 2 suggestions. If you're looking to buy a DS in the year 2023, I would suggest a DS Lite or a 2DS XL. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any opinions, or if you think I missed something and you just want to add on your 2 cents, please leave it in the comments. I love to read everything, and I'm sure other people will find your comments very helpful. I'm very excited to see where this year will take us. I think this is a fun first video, and please follow me on my other social medias. I have Instagram, I have TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, I have my Discord server. Everything is linked in my bio. You can find it there. Thank you so much for checking this video out. I really appreciate it. Again, check out my other social medias, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!